What's up, girl?
Chilling. What's happening?
I saw you over there singing on your live. I said, I hope she don't forget she's supposed to be hanging out with me
I
today.
know. I had to warm him up a little bit and tell him to come on over.
Right. I could dig it. Tell him come next door. Let me turn you up a little bit.
Come on in.
I've been in here rocking. Yeah, I see you said you couldn't see because you got your glasses on and everything. What's wrong with them glasses that you can't see?
I need my reading glasses. You know, I'm old. Eyes are old.
Gotta put them bifocals on, girl.
Yeah, I know. And I had to put these on because, you know, I'm not a makeup artist, so I don't want to be looking crazy on here.
Hey, I'm quite sure you've been doing it for a while now, as long as we've been stuck in the house.
I've been makeupless. I ain't been having nothing on.
Really?
I don't wear makeup like that anyway, though.
Yeah, you just look made up because you're naturally beauty.
Hey! You know,
come on now.
Thank you.
So how you been?
I'm hanging in there like everybody else. One day going crazy, bored out of my mind. The next minute I'm running around the house just with nothing to do. Next minute I'm playing Uno with my grandson. You know, it's crazy.
So I see you about to have another grandchild, huh?
Yeah. The second one, Dallas.
Oh man, that is too awesome! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does it feel like it aged you any being a grandmama now?
No, not at all.
I know, because like Bernie Mac said, grandmama young now.
Yeah. And
grandmama
for me,
about you got her nails done. Tell me I ain't babysitting nothing.
Right. And, you know, my call me grandma, so it's me, ma. So I don't. It doesn't change anything in me, you know. Huh?
Did you decide you was gonna have them call you Mima, or did they just start calling you Mima?
Grandma. I didn't want the grandma thing. So I said it's either Mimi. He calls me Mimi or Mima. I like Mimi though.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people done made up so many fly names for grandmama now.
Yeah, grandma and all of that stuff.
Yeah. I know a friend of mine, when he became a grandfather, he said, man, don't call me granddaddy. His kids called him G-Pop.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's nice. Uh-huh.
You can't be G-Pop. You could be G-Moms or something. G-Moms.
Right. Pop, though. That's cool.
Yeah. So I see you done got in the creative space. You've been putting out some songs.
Yeah. I admit it. And Remedy. Both of those are old records that I've done. And I just got tired of sitting and hearing people ask me, you know, and then it was a little misunderstanding and kind of with the label. So now we got them on board, and I think that kind of put the fire under them a little bit. So now I have a single that's coming out. But those first two songs, I Admit It and Remedy, but the single is coming out slated August 29th. And it's called Felt This Way Before. So that just gave, you know, something out before the official single.
So you've been sitting on those records, huh? Everybody got stuff sitting in the vault.
Yeah, I have a lot of records. Yeah.
You've been writing for a long time too, and I love to tell my stories. I'm gonna tell my story in a minute about how we know each other from way back in the day, and never even really knew. But Tweet was, I can tell my story now. Tweet was a part of this group called Sugar back in the day. And they was all in Devontae's camp. What's the name of Devontae's thing? He was Swing Mob.
It was Swing Mob, but then it turned into the Basement Crew.
The Basement Crew, that's it. And he had that place up in Rochester where you're from. And, I remember because me and Missy used to hang out. So me and Big Tigger, we met Missy and we would hang out with sisters. So when we came to the house, I used to always see you with your overalls and you had them two long plaits hanging down the side. You ain't never go out with us, though. Missy used to hang out with us all the time because she always brought her cassette tape, her sister's cassette tape. She said they only gave us one, and every time we got in the car, we had to listen to that sister tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, with your days with Sugar, I know that was frustrating for you. So, you know, I just want to applaud you on being able to push through all of that stuff and get to the point where you are now. Because you know how I love the song about you being created for doing what you do. And, you know, that's one of those things that you can't deny, that you were created for this.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and that's really, really sweet. That's your ministry. And, you know, I'm big on the gifts that people have to offer. And you have an obligation to use that gift to be a blessing to other people. And I thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, it's times when, you know, you get discouraged. And I've been there a lot of times. But I find that, you know, even running into people, or even on Instagram or Facebook, I always get people that say that my music did something or meant something or got them through something. The other day I played something, and some guy said, well, today you saved me from really punching somebody out, or something he said to that. And those are the things that make me want to continue to, you know, create, because it's just what I love to do, you know. But those are my Grammys and stuff. I'm not doing it for any kind of none of that stuff. I just love the fact that I can help somebody.
Yeah. You know what? And the thing is, Tweet, when it comes out of you, you just don't know how it's going to bless somebody else.
Right.
And, you know, that's the reason why I'm so cautious, even with being on the radio. And I've been on the radio for years now. But I'm very cautious in what I say out of my mouth, because some of that stuff, you can't pull it back once you put it out in the atmosphere. It's gone. You know, so we have to be very cautious with that. And, you know, like even with the music that you release, you know, the type of music matters, because music has a big influence on a lot of things that we do in life.
Absolutely.
From expressing to the way you talk. I mean, you create a lot of culture with music.
Yeah.
So, you know, for the songs that you put out, even for them to be like real life lessons that come from Tweet herself, you know, and some people somewhere in the world are going through the same exact thing that you're going to. So that's, you know, that's where the blessing comes in.
Absolutely. Because you know what, going through something, you're really not going through for yourself. That's what I've learned. That's what people, because eventually you're going to have, when you come through it, you're going to find that you're going to be helping somebody. Somebody's going to ask you about it, and you're going to have the wisdom and to be able to help them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of my songs, you know, the reason why people can really gravitate or love my songs is because they're my life lessons, like you said. I really can't write about anything I don't know about. Best song from experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One song might not be from experience.
Which one?
Oh, by the way, you see I wore my shirt with my hummingbirds on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on now, hummingbird. You know I had to hook it up. Okay, so let's take it back.
Okay.
So first of all, this song that I'm about to play, the first time I heard it, this is when minivans was popular. I was in my boy's Mazda MPV. And this joker just knew records so well. So he put this record on. And I said, woo, that's about to be a club banger right there. Watch this. Come on, Tweet.
What I did last night, I came home, say, around 2:45, still so high, hypnotized in a trance from the body, so buttery brown and tantalizing. You would have thought I needed help from this feeling that I felt. So shook, I had to catch my breath. Oops, there goes my shirt up over my head. Oh my.
Give it up for that one right there. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Thank you.
So you know, Tweet, that song is so far from your lane of who you are as an artist, you know, but even on that beat, you were still so smooth on that thing. Ooh, there goes my shirt up over my head.
Right.
So you know I got to tease you about that.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you again, because I done asked you a million times, and I want to see if the story's changed over the years. What does that song mean?
For me, the song means it's about self-love and appreciation. However you do your self-love, that's on you. But for me, I remember watching Oprah or I don't know what talk show it was, and it was a doctor that said everyone in life needs to get naked in front of the mirror, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
Everything you see about yourself without wanting to change a thing. So I kept that in my mind. And then I thought about, Devontae always said sex spells and all that, because all of our songs was about drinking and all of that stuff. So I thought about that, and I wrote the record. But I didn't write the record to that track. The original song wasn't written to that track. It was
really?
Yeah, another track I had. And in LA, me and Missy was riding to the studio, and she put that track in. And I got something that's dope to that. And she's like, sing it for me. And I started singing it, and she was like, let's go record it. And we recorded that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it wasn't really, I didn't hear that track. It was on her CD. I think Tim had gave her a CD for her album to pick, the tracks from. And I heard that and was like, I got something for that. Yeah.
Well, maybe you should do an album of, the song with the original track to it. That'd be dope.
I don't even know what the original track is. I really don't. It was from I had met a producer in LA or something. People would give you their CDs of tracks.
Yeah.
And I was writing, but I couldn't tell you what it sounded like.
So a lot of stuff that you write, though, you write to your guitar, I'm sure.
Yeah, that, I'll do a guitar lick, or I'll have, my brothers send me something to play. I mean, to write to. But usually most of the songs are written from guitar, or Jubu, or Charlie, Nissan, Craig.
Yeah. So let's go backwards a little bit, because I do want you to tell your testimony, because I think it'd be a blessing to those who are watching tonight.
Okay.
How when you was with Sugar and Missy was with Sister, and I'm quite, at some point, doing the same thing over and over again, all the demos, no records ever came out. You're frustrated. Then everybody goes their separate ways. How do you and Missy connect with each other again?
Well, I had moved to, I'm sorry, somebody just called in and I was just irritated. But I had just moved in, just left the group and came back to Panama City to live with my parents. And went through a depression and moved to Atlanta. And while I was here in Florida, Missy must have went me or something, like somebody gave her my number. And then I was just chilling. She was like, I'm gonna call you. I'm doing this album and I want you to come and do the backgrounds for it. And I was like, whatever, girl. And I hadn't seen her in like 5 or 6 years. Yeah. And I had a limo sitting, I had a car outside, and I flew to LA. I'm sorry. What is that? What question? Because that just had somebody called and they know I'm on the interview. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. No, that's the question, because I was talking about, that dark period where things didn't work out with what you want to do. You had that depression. Of course, you were talking about moving back to Panama City. Right. And how you reconnected with Missy, so tell me this real quick before we even go into that part of the story. Tell me this. Okay. So during your dark period, what kind of things were you thinking? Like, why didn't this work out? Like, what am I going to do now? What was going through your mind at that point?
It was all of that because, at that time, I had a daughter.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, something like that. And I came back, I couldn't get a job because I hadn't worked for years. I went to every agency there was, all of that, and nothing was happening. And so, because I had a habit of drinking a lot, because that's all we did, recording, that one time, we drank a lot. So that's what I went to. That was my go-to. When I can't see my way, pick up a bottle or pick up what that's been, habit. So I started drinking, and I thought to take some pills. I didn't try it, but that was my thought process. Like, I don't want to be here because I can't support my daughter. I feel like a failure. I've been gone, trying to pursue this thing, recording 4 or 5 times the same album over and over with the group. And it was just, so that was my way of thinking, like, I'll be here. But then that's when the exchange of numbers, Missy got my number somewhere. And then it happened where she called me out of the blue. all of that turmoil. So I know that was God just sending someone, you know, needed
Yep.
it.
Yep.
That's how it happened, and everything just started happening so quick after that. You know, after I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do this. Like, what do you want me to do? I must surrender. Like, what do you want me to do? You know, tell me what to do, please. You know what I mean? That's why I have that song on Charlene. I'm gonna skip forward. The outro is called "I Surrender" because that's something that was to God. Like, I'm broken, I'm faint, but I'm still able, you know, to receive your love. Give it to me. Just give me what to have. You know, your will. Want me to do, I'll do it. And that's what started, you know, doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Called and everything happened. And
Thank
I went out to LA to get a record deal. I just went out to do backgrounds for her album. Ended up playing one of my records, Motel, to Sylvia Rome, all like a month, and I got a record deal.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, it was just everything happened. I surrendered and gave it to him. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and that, you know, and Tweet, yeah, I'm glad that you shared that. So thank you for being so vulnerable and open to share that, because a lot of people need that. There's a lot of people that's hurting. You know, we got dreams. All of us have goals. And, you know, and especially with the society being like it is now, everything is so on demand. So as soon as we think something, we think it's supposed to happen right then and there. But when it doesn't, that's when we fall apart.
Absolutely.
So, you know, with you telling that story, and I'm going to tell you, there's a time when all it takes is that one person that can help you and motivate you and pull you right where you need to be. But sometimes we throw up our hands too fast and give up.
Yeah, give up. It's not a surrender. It's a give up.
Yeah.
It's difference. Throwing in the towel, you know, is different than surrendering. It's different. You know?
Yeah.
I had to surrender. I wasn't given. I went to that point of, and that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that, you know, giving up is the easy way out. It don't put you no closer to your goal.
No, not at all.
Easy way out. So what's the first thing you went to sing backgrounds for Missy, and then we got the record deal, and what's the first thing that came out with that record deal for you? Well, let's go more mental than that. What was your thought process at that point? What changed for you?
At that point, it really wasn't about money. The money wasn't about nothing, but I just want to be able to complete something. Thank you, God, that I'm able to do something that I've been trying to do. I felt like it went for me and all the other artists that never got to, you know, in the Bay, never got the chance to do what they wanted to do. I felt like victory for me. So I lived in that, and I just wrote my music out, you know, freely. You know, it was just organic. You know, I about the numbers and how I'm gonna sell. That wasn't none of that. And I was thinking victory. You know what I mean? I, you know, made it enough to be able to put my music.
Absolutely. So let me ask you about this song. Let me play a little bit of it, and then I want you to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I know how real this is and what a real place that this came from.
Why, oh why, gave you several years of my life, and it just ain't right. What's your perception of love? How many times did we say it was over? And how many times did we not leave? There's no sense in this love hangover. Please come back to me. 'Cause I can't forget your ways. I still remember our first kiss. Oh, I'm nervous and trembling, smoking cigarettes at night. Wondering where you be, smoking cigarettes at night.
Okay, your turn. Go ahead. Where did that song come from?
Really, I started smoking cigarettes really, really bad. You know, after I was with a guy for 7 years, and he did me dirty. You know what I mean? He used to, and I used to sit outside and smoke cigarettes. I was smoking Marlboro Light time or something like that.
Them Marlboros, that's them strong cigarettes, ain't it? Marlboro Man.
Ultralights, you know, there was I couldn't do the strong one, so I had to get the you know.
Hey, Tweet, that remind me of them commercials back in the day. Remember Marlboro Man? That joker looked rough.
Didn't he?
Tough jeans on, getting on that horse with that scruffy beard.
Well, he did. But those were the only ones that I could really smoke because I couldn't smoke Newports. Newport, like, ugh, they're just too strong. So I was smoking and waiting for him to come home and all that stuff. It was a heartbreak song, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You know, for you to go through things and be able to come up with material like that is amazing.
Well, you know, I started off being writing poems, you know, and writing in elementary school and just writing feelings and stuff like that. I remember I had a closet in my young child, and I used to go and write in my closet. You know, I write everything on the wall in my closet so nobody would see or find my book. But my mom went in and saw on the on the wall of the closet. So that's why I'm able to express, because I started off as like writing poems.
Wow. What your mama say when she saw that writing on that wall in there? You ain't supposed to be writing on the wall.
I wanted to know what it was, you know, because I kept my talent, or whatever you want to call it, away from my family. You know, I sung in church and stuff like that, but behind closed doors, I would have fresh and wanted to be Diana Ross, you know, and just wanted, you know, I was free in my room, but then because I'm a shy girl. But other than that, they didn't know. They had no idea. A lot of my family and friends until Oops came that I was into music like that.
Really?
Really. I mean, I went to the School of the Arts. We did music like that, but they didn't know I was really pursuing it like that, you know, because Monte kept us hidden, you know, knew. And so once it came out, people was like, what? Wait, oh my God. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or
man, that's such a shame. I'm so sad that you know, Sugar and Sister never really got to shine.
Yeah. Well,
because I mean, the talent was amazing. Because, you know, I heard some of the stuff, but for that stuff never to come out, and you had to record the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, actually,
that got to be so frustrating.
It is, but you know what? All things happened in due time and with the, you know, divine timing. Me and the girls, Rolita and Susan, watching Hey Girls, we talk every day. We're in connection, and we got in touch with Divine. So we're EP of some of our records. So we're doing that. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited about that, definitely. And he's excited.
What'd you say?
Monte's excited too, so we're getting him come on in and this EP done.
That's good stuff, man. That is really good stuff, because, you know, Devontae, man, he's a heck of a producer. That dude is so dope.
He's a genius.
Genius, you know. And I remember when they recorded Brand New. And I watched him, you know, when they got that little drag part in there, he put his hands on that reel-to-reel. You know, they were still recording on reel-to-reel back then. And he put his hands on that reel-to-reel and made that. Oh, my God. I said, boy, this dude is a genius. You know, he was just trying stuff before we even had all this digital stuff that does it for you now.
Absolutely. They don't know what it feels like to go in that studio and you mess. They got to rewind that old reel. It was a lot.
Right, splicing that tape and taping that thing back up. You had to know what you was doing.
The engineer does all the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The vocals and stuff. But we had it bad. We couldn't mess up. That's why people from a lot of eras have that one take. You know, they have, you know, they know how to
yeah, right. And, you know, and speaking of vocals, Tweet, you talented in that department, you know, for you to be able to do your own backgrounds. A lot of people can't pull that off.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You already know. You already know. Because sometimes when people get the demos, they just leave the background like it is, because they like not mess with them backgrounds.
Right.
So that shows that you are a true gifted singer. You can do that. If you can pull that off, you are definitely gifted in that area.
Thank you. You know, I'm inspired I became inspired about, you know, backgrounds from quartet church. So, point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Clark sisters and all, you know, where I get that thing from. My
Man,
family.
I think we talked about this, but that Clark Sisters movie,
Woo!
wasn't that thing phenomenal?
Yes, I've watched it over and over again. I absolutely love them, and I love them.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
That movie's off the chains. I love me some Clark Sisters. You brought the sunshine. Come on now.
Yeah.
You got a fan from Sweden.
Hey, Sweden fan. You know, I'm sorry, I can't see. I can't read.
Yeah, that's why I told you. She don't have her bifocals on. You got to forgive her.
I have my Coke bottle things on.
So look, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, thank you for telling me I'm handsome. I appreciate that. So look, let's do this. If you have questions for Tweet, put them in the question box and we can ask some of the questions. So the question box is right next to the little comment area. There's 2 boxes right there that has a question mark in it. Just tap on that and put your questions in there and I can ask them for you.
Oh.
It'll be easier to see them there. And I can see them. Then Tweet don't have to read.
I know, because I can't see them.
They don't stole her vision. So look, I want you to tell the story about this song. I'm sorry I keep playing all these old records, but I'm stuck on these. And I was listening to this the other day, and I said, oh, my gosh, because, you know, my man is on this from Bilal. We used to hang out back in the day. Woo! Tweet.
Best friend of mine, closer than close, something very rare to find. Opposite sexes.
Listen at them backgrounds. Woo, come on, girl.
That's why I love you, and it's hard to try to hide what I'm confessing. I can't help it. I'm so into you. You sent to the sky, keep me breathless. So I'm wanting you, and I can't deny. I wanna be more than this, 'cause you give me reason to fall in love again. But I'll leave it as it is now.
Come on. I gotta let this come in. Come on, B.
Best friend of mine knows what to say.
That boy is crazy with it.
Any time of the day. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why I call. She drinks and
Man, I don't even drink, but I drink some brown liquor to that thing right there. So I know you was a huge Bilal fan, and let me tell you my Bilal story. So the first time I meet Bilal, we're in a studio. We had an audience in there, and he was singing this songs off of his first album, what was it? Firstborn Second. Man, when I saw this dude perform, and mind you, we're in a studio space, and he is killing it. And me and him became like instant friends. So he was always hanging out with me, you know, like his number, we'd be two-waying each other. So last time we talked, look at my two-way tweet.
Oh, wow.
So, man, you know, like, and for him to show up on that song, and I think this dude should have been way bigger than what he ended up being.
Absolutely.
But he, you know, his vision as an artist was just so much further than what people was ready for at that point, I think. But, you know, like, tell that story about when he came in the studio and recorded that song. He didn't even go in a booth. So talk about that moment when you saw him record.
Well, like you said, I was a big fan. I had received the copy of Soul Sister, and he had like a few snippets, and I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? And I told Jay Brown, who was my A&R, I was like, I gotta get him on the song. So I wrote the song Best Friend, and I said, I need a guy. I said, I want Bilal on it. And so Jay Brown was like, okay, I'll reach out to him. And so we deal that, landed down that day or night, and I did my part. And he said, well, Bilal is here. I was like, yeah, good. You know, I'm excited. And so he comes in, but he looks, okay, what's going on? And we asked him, he was like, ready to record? I didn't even know I was supposed to be on the record. So nobody really told him. He was just going to come by and check me out. You know what I mean? And see what was going on. Like, put the song on. Let me hear it first. And he heard the first verse and the chorus. He was like, yo, where is the mic, dude? Give me the mic real quick. He had his bottle of Hennessy or whatever he was drinking. He didn't even, they plugged him up right on the board. And he killed it right there. He didn't go no, stood right there and sung the mess out of that record. He didn't go.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I know you was losing your mind when you saw that one.
Oh my God, I love him so much. He is such a genius too. Like, he's amazing. Just watch him perform live. Know him as he's just the coolest dude. It's an instrument in there, man. He's dope. He's so dope. He's so
And his stage presence is phenomenal.
What?
Oh my gosh, man! If anybody ever, when we get out of quarantine, if that boy come anywhere near you to perform, please go check him out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we all here talking, but I want to talk about you. You on that stage. Woo, Lord, and them background singers are yours?
Yeah, I try a little bit.
No, that's an understatement, and that's real. That's an understatement.
Oh, thank you.
And you take it to church. Do you realize, it was like a year ago when we was outside at a festival.
Mm-hmm. When was that?
That was at the Capitol Jazz Fest that I hosted.
Yes, it was. That was about a year ago.
It was a year ago. It was the first weekend in June. And we were outside, and look at the space. Look how much things have changed since then.
Drastically. Oh, my God. Yes, that was the Capitol.
Gosh, man, I just thought about that because we was outside having a good time because I looked at the pictures yesterday because George Clinton's birthday. You remember he was there, too.
Yeah, the tribute band.
Huh? Your phone breaking up. What would you say?
His family was performing that day.
Yeah.
Was there. Joe
was there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, because he almost George Clinton's people was in the tent next to mine. Boy, woo, Lord. I ain't never smoked weed before, and I ain't never been high, but good God.
Yeah. We actually stayed up that night until like 4 a.m. out, at the hotel outside just talking and all of that. They cool people. Yeah.
Mahogany Note said Tweet tore that stage up at the Capitol Jazz Fest. She took that thing to church because I got me a church credit that day when you hit that stage. Good Lord. Man, I said, boy, she just ain't playing fair. You know, I love your background singers, boy. If we could ever do something together, I'm on it.
Thank you. I'll be fine,
Yeah, you be doing your thing. Let me see. Let's get some of these questions out of here. Okay, here's Amina Butterfly. Big fan of Tweet.
Oh, hey.
Amina Butterfly is dope in her own right, too.
Is.
Creating or performing? Which one?
Who? On what day? I really like creating. I can't. It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck. I really like performing though, on the stage with a live band though. I prefer track, but creating is something I can't do. It's both. That's a good question though.
Yeah, it is. That's a hard question, really, when you think about it, especially as a creative.
Yes.
All right, the Basement Crew. Is this the Basement Crew? What's your favorite Sugar song and least favorite?
My favorite Sugar song? It's some songs because we had a whole album that nobody has ever heard, so the song y'all hear on the internet or what's on the internet are not really sugar songs. We really got sugar songs, and I don't have a favorite because I love them all, and I don't have a least favorite because they're just so dope. Oh my God, incredible.
Yeah, you're right, man. I hope y'all put that EP together. That's gonna be amazing.
Wait, we're so excited.
All right, 90s clips. So you think you guys from the Basement Crew could release the music from the Basement days? The world deserves to hear it.
Well, Sugar's gonna do their Sugar record. I'm not sure about the rest of the because at this point I don't know who owns what or where is what. You know, I just have the songs, you know, in my library or whatever. But Sugar's gonna make sure we do our songs though. For
Okay.
sure.
That's go. Let's see, Mia Moore, 1403. What other instruments do you play?
I play the drums, I play the guitar, and now I'm trying to get someone to help me learn the piano. That's what I want to know. You know, learn the keys next.
So all your siblings play instruments too, don't they?
My brother drums. My sister plays the organ. My other brother plays. I don't know the name of the horns.
You got the trumpet, the saxophone, the clarinet, the flute.
One of those.
The bugle.
The flute, you know.
The French horn, the tuba, the trombone. That's the one that goes.
One of them. And my mom and both play the guitar.
Oh, nice. I want to learn how to play guitar. I used to take lessons years ago.
Oh.
But it started getting hard, so I quit.
Yeah, I quit piano lessons as a child because the lady kept hitting my fingers when I did notes. She would hit them with pencils. Like,
oh gosh,
I was like, Mom, I don't. Nope.
My mom wanted me to take piano lessons.
I
said, no, I don't want to take no piano lessons.
I'm mad that I stopped though, because I would have loved to have that, you know, to be able to create that talent, you know.
Yeah. You can look up some YouTube videos nowadays and learn how to play the piano. When you got time on your hands, you might as well.
You're absolutely correct.
Do you have a piano in your house?
No, I have a keyboard.
That's good enough.
Piano, yeah.
Yeah. I could teach you how to play Yankee Doodle and some of that stuff. We could start.
You know what song I can play is that Carl Thomas song. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
You can play that?
Just that part.
Well, you can build on that. That's a good foundation.
Play that part.
Figure it out.
All
right, Tiffany Johnson, 93. What's your favorite song from It's Me Again?
Oh, I couldn't even. That's almost like asking. That's with all my records. Asking a mom her favorite child. You can't. I can't say favorite. You know, it could be. It depends on the day. I played Best Friend and Drunk, and that's just how I feel because it's outside. It's, you know, it's hurricanes, Florida, so it's raining every day and all that. So I just felt like I can't decide. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a hard one. You know, and I hear a lot of artists say that it's like picking a favorite child. You can't do that. So I see somebody's asking how you ask a question. Just click that box like right next to the comment section. Well, I know that's what it looks like on the iPhone. It's a box that got a little question mark in it. You just touch that. You can type it in there. And I'll be able to see it better than going up the feed. Try that out. Let me see here. Oh, here's a good one here. Nisha Boo. Beautiful is my favorite song on Southern Hummingbird. What's your favorite song to sing from that album?
From that album, Smoking.
That's a little different.
Smoking Cigarettes, Boogie Tonight. What else? Always Will. I love performing that live.
Which one?
Always Will from Southern.
Oh, okay.
Always Will. Beautiful. I love that too. I mean. But I love performing Smoking Cigarettes in My Place. Those are my two favorite perform.
Really? Like why? Is there a particular reason why?
It's the groove, like especially live. You can go anywhere and church it up or whatever. So that's those are my two favorite that album to perform. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus with that live band, boy, you just don't never know what's gonna happen with that live band.
Oh, you can go anywhere. That's the greatest thing about being able to sing perform live. You know, it don't have to be no script. You can just do whatever. That's expression. You know what I mean?
That's the best part.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this new project that you got coming out, Tweet. What kind of space was you in when you started creating this? What said, Tweet, it's time to do a new album? What whispered to you?
The space I was in, again, life experiences. I had just went through something. So my heart went through another door. So I went through that, and then it was a awakening, like Charlene was, like, I'm no more, or never gonna do that again, and those type of songs. That's how the first song is called. Well, the second single will be Never Again, but the first single is Never Felt This Way Before. When I wrote that song, I thought about being in love with the man for me, you know what I mean, and how I would feel. That's just how I thought about people when I wrote, just how I would feel, you know, be so in love and the right way with the right person. So that's how.
So is that the basis of the entire album?
No, it's a vibe. Actually, it goes in and out. You know, it's yeah. You know.
What's that little laugh right there sounding like Auntie?
Right. On record, I think about being tired of going through stuff in the industry, tired of, you know, what everyday life will bring. You know what I mean? It's gonna take you to.
Yeah. But Tweet, in honesty, does it feel like it ever ends? I mean, it never ends when you think about it.
No, because over one thing, get ready, another thing gonna come up. It's the way how you respond to what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You know, because really, when you sit back and really think about it, we never really arrive.
No.
We really don't. You know, there's always improvements that you can make.
Yeah.
And if you think about life is always up and down, up and down. The only time you get like this is when you die. That's it.
But we evolve. But then on that next level, you're gonna have to go, you know, through something else to get to that next, you know, ever. So
absolutely. So, you know, let me ask you this: out of what you've gone through early on in life, and to the point where you've gotten now, have you gotten used to or have ways to cope and deal with things as they arise?
Believe it or not, at my age, I'm still learning. But now, you know, what helps me now is I've learned how to sit still and quiet my mind. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When I meditate and just quietly just and stop overthinking, I do better. You know, but usually I overthink, quick to respond instead of thinking things out and sitting and letting my soul tell me and God tell me how to respond instead of jumping the gun. Just get mad and leave, and that's what I used to do. Get mad and leave, and just I'm not taking this no more. You know, I'm learning how to embrace all of the stuff that's going on because it builds character. You know what I mean? You'll be able to, if the next time you'll be able to handle it better.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know, like a lot of times we know the right thing to do, but sometimes it just gets difficult to be even able to do it.
Right, because we're stuck in our comfort zones that, you know, work that we think work, or we're afraid to approach, afraid to go through all the way through. You know? And it's a lesson that we go through it. Yeah.
That's the big thing they say at church. You remember that you're going through.
Right.
You're not going to stay in there.
Right.
You're going through.
Yeah.
Amen, somebody. Amen. So how much does your music help you when you're able to write? Because I know for me, writing helps me get a lot of things. I mean, I don't write songs or anything, but writing really kind of helps. It's therapy for me.
Right.
So is your music therapy for you as well?
Yeah. At times, sometimes I don't want to hear. Sometimes that's not what I need as far as for me. and then I won't write any, and then I'll need to be inspired. But most of the time, yeah, my music is healing. And sometimes I don't even want to hear somebody else's. You know what I mean? Because I've heard, I've been, I just know and get into. But
so have you ever written a song and you like, where did that come from? You realize that it came out of you? Have you ever wrote one of those?
Yeah, Drunk for me was that. I mean, it's an absolute one of my favorite songs, but I was like, what was I thinking? And then I thought that was the mind frame I was in. I was drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Thinking about, all the bad things and where my life was, and that's why I wrote that. I was like, what?
So was you actually drunk when you wrote it?
I couldn't tell you. I probably was.
Because I done talked to a few people that said, they write a song when they get drunk and they're like, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
Like, where did this come from? And don't even remember putting the song down.
Right. Like when I say drunk, I don't mean like I'm passed out. I'm talking about drinking and drunk, whatever. But yeah. I can write, but don't put me in a booth. I sound like sloppy and I won't hit nothing. Don't give me no drink. No, ma'am. No. Nope.
Right. Keep you focused. You got to stay focused now. Let me see. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay. What did that say? Flower Child Fitness. Anyone you would love to do a duet with?
Oh,
you want to do a duet with me?
Yeah, that's who I want to do a duet with. Oh my God, Angelo. He's been number one on my list forever. D'Angelo, I would love a duet with D'Angelo. My prized. What I really, really want to do is do a duets album for Bilal, and I wanted to do something like the Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Something like that. I always want to do that too. So, but definitely, since I've done a couple with Bilal, say D'Angelo.
Yeah. Nina said, hold on, I just saw one. That was interesting. Okay, Nancy, Carl Thomas duet.
Oh, Carl, that would be dope too.
Yeah, that would be a nice one right there, Carl. Nobody heard from Carl in a minute.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Who else?
What about like some KC or something? Like KC, Jodeci.
KC is dope. I love KC. That's my brother.
Yeah, that joke sound like an old deacon from church, boy, smoking cigarettes after third.
Right. Yeah. Any of those guys.
Oh, Anthony Hamilton. Donald Craig said Anthony Hamilton. That would be a good one.
That would be dope.
Nisha Boo, Lucky Day. Everybody is feeling that young fella. He's dope.
Really yeah, any one of those. Mm-hmm.
Erykah Badu and Tweet.
Oh, that would be dope. I love her. I absolutely love her.
Michelle says Raheem Devon.
We actually have a duet. I'm waiting on him. I did the record. I'm waiting on to know what we're doing with it.
Oh, nice. Jill Scott.
Jill Scott would be dope.
Eric Bennett says Sade.
Ooh.
Crazy would that be?
That would be so dope. Oh.
There's a lot of good ones in here, boy. Y'all.
Yeah. I just with Junie. I just did. It's on his new album, Yellow Dust. Incredible, y'all. JOON. Incredible.
Yeah, Junie, nice.
Yeah.
I've seen him on your page.
Yeah.
Brandy.
Yeah, I would love Brandy, for sure.
That's some singing right there, boy. That's a lot of vocals. That's too much. Y'all mess around and get mad with each other. Why you have to do that run like that?
What I would do is I'll let her do her thing. because I'm not trying to. No, that, I'll do my part.
So David Green said, when can we expect a new album?
Well, I'm releasing a single next month, and then we're going to follow up after that with another single. At this point, with the business and the industry, you don't really release albums anymore. It's kind of like singles, and it's like they call it the waterfall effect. And once songs come, whatever, then we'll release the album or whatever, the EP or album. But it's coming. We already have the Never Felt This Way is ready.
Never felt this way.
Never felt this way before.
That's a good one right there. I like that title. Where your guitar at, Tweet?
Around the corner. No, it's actually a funny thing, in storage.
What?
Yeah.
How you got your guitar in storage? Like, what's that about?
I went through a period where I told you I didn't do any music. I didn't want to write. I didn't want to do anything. So I put it away.
Oh my, come on now. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That guitar is like another arm for you.
It is. But, as artists, sometimes, I don't know if any other artists on here could relate, but sometimes you get frustrated to where you just don't want, and that was my way of saying I don't even want it around me to pick up, to create,
Wow.
Yeah.
You put the guitar sitting there like this. I ain't do nothing to her.
Right.
That's like a bad relationship, like a breakup. You can't break up with the guitar. That's your best friend. It's like a dog.
You're right.
So if you put the guitar in storage, how did you write this time around?
I was in LA. I had guitars in LA, not at this house. When I record, I'm usually in LA, and my producers, my brothers, Charlie and Jude, all of they got guitars galore.
Mm-hmm.
About carrying nothing out. Yeah.
So do you just have one guitar, or you got many guitars?
I got about four. I got four.
All of them sound different from each other? You have a favorite?
I love my acoustic. I like my I have a pink I don't forgot what it's called. My daddy hold it, and he hasn't given it back. And I was like, "What? Got my pink? Give me my pink guitar back, please." But he loved.
Might not see that back. He must have fell in love with that one.
Loves the sound of it. Yeah.
You might not get that one back, so you might have to get another one.
Yeah, I'm getting my pink guitar back. I got it.
Do you name your guitars, Tweet? Do they have names?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
So it ain't that serious for you then, huh?
Yeah, but I just haven't.
Oh, okay.
Haven't.
I can dig it.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that you learned new about yourself during the quarantine since you've been in this space? Anything new about you that you know about?
Anything new? Yeah, that I'm stronger than I thought I was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That I can endure. Because a lot of times, when you do stuff like that, it comes around, and you feel like you can't, get past it again. But I found within this quarantine, self-reflect and to, just go through a lot going on in my head, that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in these times like this, when you talked about sitting still earlier, it really is that time when everybody, the whole world has had to sit still.
Right.
So, it really, really helps you to figure out things about yourself. Because we also movie all the time. We never really have time to slow down and think. So we've gotten into that space where we do have that time now. There's nothing else to do.
Right. And also for me, I gave myself finally. One day I sat and I listened to all of my records and stuff. And you know what? You do have a gift. You know what I mean? I had had to really acknowledge that because I never really did that.
Yeah.
I did that, and it made me feel better about myself. You know, it made me feel like that, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to, you know what I mean? Because, you know,
Yeah.
question.
And you said it yourself, though, Tweet. You were created for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And sometimes we lose focus of that, but it is important. Your self-worth is very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gotta have that. So we got 30 seconds before it cuts us off, Tweet. So let me say thank you to you. You know, you're my sister. I love you.
Love
thank you for doing this with me tonight. And thank you for sharing your testimony and all that good stuff.
Thank you so much for always supporting me. Love y'all too.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. What's up, Big Country? Thank you for joining, family. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. And have a good night, everybody. One love. Peace. Thank you, Tweet.
Welcome. Thank you.